What's up, you filthy flapjacks? My name is Wes, and you're listening to the Ear Coffee Podcast. For today's episode, I talked with Fox Theory and Marie Finch for our first double band interview. The two groups are putting out a split EP, Faceplant, on October 25th. Jack and Joe shared about the lengthy journey these songs took before finally getting released, the collaborative nature of the EP, and a lot more. Without any further ado, here's my conversation with Jack of Fox Theory and Joe of Marie Finch on the Ear Coffee Podcast. How are you two doing on this? It's a Friday. How are you doing on this Friday?
It's a beautiful day outside.
It is beautiful.
Fall colors are in full force.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful day to be inside recording the podcast.
How are you, Wes?
I'm good. It's oddly warm in this room, but I'll stay hydrated and power through.
All right. There you go.
For the sake of content. This will be kind of an interesting interview since I have chatted with Jack about Fox Theory before, but Marie Finch is just putting out its first release, so this will be a weird half and half interview.
Sure.
So to kind of start, I want to get a little bit of background on Marie Finch because it's, forgive me for calling it this, but it's an early eyes side project because it's 3/5 of the band, correct?
Yeah. You're, that is totally correct.
So, how did you three decide to kind of branch out and make music and play a couple live shows back in the before times that is so sonically different from Early Eyes and just kind of seems like a different creative itch that it's scratching? So, yeah. Just share a little bit about how the three of you decided to launch the band.
Yeah. I think so Early Eyes came up in sort of the U of M house show scene, and at a certain point we couldn't really do that anymore. Mm-hmm. And I, for one, I joined the band late, so I kind of missed that. So personally, I was involved in the scene at the time. I was like, I want to be more involved. Like, I want to, play at these shows and make friends and whatnot. And, that was pretty much it for us. Like, we missed that community. So we wanted to, sort of start over and just try to have some fun.
Yeah. What was the timeline for getting the band started? Because you didn't play any shows, I think, until 2020, but I'm guessing y'all were figuring out songs.
While, right? Was
it solo?
Yeah. I've always been writing songs for myself. So all of the songs on this split for Marie Finch were written in 2018. Ish, around that area. Mm-hmm. But at a point I was just like, I can't do this alone. I just I try, but so I asked for help from the easiest source. They're my roommates. And they were happy to help, so it I think we played our first show fall last year.
Okay.
Wave Mania?
Around a year ago, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, that was fun.
Yeah.
And then we were recording off and on. Life gets busy.
For sure.
I think this is probably the longest I have ever taken to record 3 songs. It was almost a year.
It was almost a year straight. Yeah, we started recording. You've listened to the project, right, Wes?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay, so that last song, for every piece of it, I want to say there was over 60 files in that song, which is the most on the EP to send to the guy to mix it. Yeah, we started recording that in September 2019, and we just finished it. Because there's all these just little things we went back and added, took away, changed. Mm-hmm. So it's been interesting. We've just been recording it at my house over the past year. Just bringing, like, sometimes Daz was busy, couldn't come, so we just do piece by piece.
Yeah, and Jack's a great engineer.
Wow.
I will be honest and say that I had no idea what I was doing when I started. Like, I had never recorded like my own project before, like full band.
Yeah.
So
You only hit me up to record the Marie Finch stuff with you too because you've never owned a distortion pedal, you said. So you were like, we're gonna do the distorted stuff. Gonna come to the guy.
The local distortion expert.
Yeah. We also became friends right around that time, and it just kind of worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with recording, with like everything was recorded by Jack, was it pretty natural that there was going to be like kind of, whether it was a split with Fox Theory and Marie Finch both putting songs on it, or was there originally kind of a just Marie Finch like EP or something, or even just singles?
Yeah, it was originally going to be a Marie Finch EP, and then, to be honest, I kind of just gave up. Like a month or two ago, Jack hit me up and was like, "Let's just do this."
Yeah,
let's finish it up.
Because Fox Theory also gave up. So what happened?
The natural time to give up. Worldwide pandemic.
Yes. What happened was, like, Serenity, which we just put out, like, what, 2 months ago-ish? A month ago?
A month ago, yeah.
We were that was supposed to be a single on an EP of our own for this, and then that would have been 5 songs. But Joe wasn't going to do anything. We were never going to finish these Marie Finch songs. Like, we were just going to leave them recorded and just kind of never do anything with them. So I'm like, why let those go to waste? We could just do, half and half, and then let's start writing. Fox Theory can start doing their actual EP after this, so we can get these songs, like, out faster. Because we've been recording some of these for Fox Theory since October as well. So it takes a while. It does, especially when, everyone in our band works full time and they travel all the time. And same with you guys. So
some self-criticism barriers too with me, I think.
You're very hard on yourself, Joe.
I think that's natural for any creative.
It ends up coming out.
It
ends up coming out so good though.
Especially when you're new to a style.
Yes.
Like, when I got into like Jack's friend group, that's the first time I ever listened to like hardcore music, like literally anything like that.
Like with like yelling and distortion and all the good stuff.
Yeah, I completely fell in love with it. I don't remember where I was going with that.
I'm curious, since these songs have been written, or at least like the skeleton has been kind of put together for longer before you kind of fell in love with these styles of music. Were these songs originally going to be like completely different, and then you kind of adapted them to the sound you wanted to create with the trio? Or
totally. Yeah. I think I have demos on my computer from like 2 years ago, and it's just like sounds like Wilco or something. Like,
you should also point out that there is one Marie Finch song standing on Spotify right now, and it's really good. And this is kind of like the style that.
Yeah, if you want to get a glimpse into the metamorphosis, it's there's a Marie Finch song wall hanging on Spotify. Yeah,
that's very sneaky. I never would have thought to look, because I was like, it's the first project. There's not going to be anything there.
Right, it's the first kind of as a trio type of thing, because you played everything on that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Wyatt Fuller played the drums.
Okay.
But
yeah. So was this still very like? Did the songs change a lot when you even brought your bandmates kind of onto the same page and really started like fleshing them out as like a trio? And what was that kind of having them come into your songs in a way? Because like you'd been kind of holding them to yourself for like a year at that point, and kind of not thinking you're going to bring them out, and then the bandmates come in.
Yeah, John and Des have a way of just making everything fun. I mean, you'll hear it on the record, but like John on the drums, very frantic.
Can't beat Des on the bass. You can't.
Yeah, Des had to kind of learn how to play differently too. But I think the goal ultimately was to just make sure the music lives in like a house show setting really well.
Mm-hmm.
So that totally informed how it changed.
Definitely.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking like kind of too smart about this because it was really just, I think I'm gonna take this acoustic guitar and like just play it on the electric guitar,
Mm-hmm.
and sing a little bit louder. So
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, this is like, I think a mission accomplished, but these songs would rip in like a basement. Like these have that exact energy. So
That's good to hear.
one day when it's
Yeah,
allowed,
I hope.
hopefully. Did you know, this is a question for both of you again, did you kind of know which songs you were going to finish up or just even put on the EP, or is that still something that kind of came up in the last like month once you had the idea to do a split instead of scrapping to like each band's respective EPs?
Marie Finch, we didn't record more than 3 songs, so it was
Simple.
it was ready to go.
Yeah. But that's it too. Yeah, we don't record more and cut down the fat type of thing. We just cut those out before we even record them usually. But the problem coming with finishing a project is starting new songs already that aren't for that project. That's how that goes. So like near the end, I'm so over recording this split for myself, and I'm starting new songs, and I'm super excited for the stuff that's coming up after the thing that's not out yet. So basically, we recorded those 3. We recorded Hospital and Pink Elephant. Still kind of trying to remember the names. We recorded those in December, and then retracked some stuff. Except for Pink Elephant, that's been done since December. We've actually played that live before too, before all this went down. But before all this went down in like the lightest terms possible. So that interlude on this too, we came up with that and recorded that within like a week. So like Nathaniel and Fox Theory and Harris we barely know like some of the songs, 2 of them on here, because we came up with them and recorded them so fast because we just wanted to get as much as we could, like thought wise, out there. But that interlude was just a fun idea we had to kind of go out of our style.
Yeah, like the breakdown at the end was really unexpected, where it just gets like actually like hardcore-y. It's just like, more of this. Yeah,
that's the thing too. I listen to so much like metal and hardcore music. I don't want to say a lot of people more than me, but still a lot. And I wanted to I like taking stuff from other genres and making it what we do. For sure. And I think kind of that's just what music is. But I mean, taking something like that, we try not to hold anything back. If I think it sounds fun to do, we're going to give it a shot. And if that means having like a counterparts type of breakdown at the end, that's what I wanted to do. So
yeah, I was with the title Interlude, I thought it was going to like somehow segue between like the 2 bands.
No.
Or like not quite. that would have been cool, but it was not to take away from how it currently is. But I was like,
well,
it'll flow into each other. That'll be so bonkers.
I would love to do one of those projects like Cosmic Thrill Seekers, like Prince Daddy, where all the songs kind of fade into each other, super nice, and you don't even know when it's the next song.
Yeah.
But that's hard.
It is hard.
I'm just kidding.
Without like
it is hard though.
Relying on fade outs all the time for every song.
The reason it's called interlude is we couldn't stop laughing, coming up for fake like names for it, and they were all so stupid that like we didn't even get any off the ground. Right, this is just the middle, and we also have 4 songs and they have 3, so it's a super short bridge between the 2.
What were some of the other titles, if you remember?
I think Nathaniel threw out Hot Sandwich, Gas Station Sushi, Counter Farts. I can't remember the rest, but they were even worse, so I'll stop there.
Spare the listener.
Yeah.
With just kind of like, once you had committed to kind of like the more, like just the very collaborative release, was it more kind of easy to be creative with the songs, or given how long you've kind of been working and tweaking the songs? Did like things kind of fall into place, or was it still just those last like couple tweaks, like couple like changes, and it was more gradual, I guess? What would you say was kind of the experience and like the growth of these songs between when they were kind of first worked on or even recorded to the ones that people will be hearing on the EP?
Yeah, with I think the first thing any of us recorded was we started on pause and rally caps. And once I heard like rally caps and pause, I'm like, crap, we need to step our game up over here. And we started kind of going in that direction because Fox Theory has been playing. That's why I was so sad about all these shows that got canceled, is we kind of found like our style we want to be in with this EP. And you know, the different tunings, a little more mathy moments here and there,
the twinkles,
and the twangles,
and
just cooler riffs and shapes. And I really didn't know how to play guitar like under 2 years ago either, so I'm just still learning all the time. And distortion definitely helps cover up like some of the like non-playing, but I would say it was kind of we talked about doing the split like a long time ago with these, but Fox Theory didn't have anything recorded, so
it was totally just like, yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, like for like months, and then just nothing happened for like, you know, the first half of the year, which is understandable, and we kind of all just forgot about it. And then all the songs were just done and tracked, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, Fox Theory needs 2 more to have our own EP, or we have these 3 beautiful songs that might never see the light of day. Let's just do a split. So I would say everything kind of fell into place in that way because everything was already pretty much done before we even decided. We didn't go into this like, let's do a split.
Yeah.
But sound-wise, I don't know. We definitely switched some stuff up tracking-wise. Like I think we recorded a lot of it DI in the basement for your guys' stuff.
Yeah,
and then,
it was all DI.
Yeah, all the Marie Finch stuff is all DI with like, was it Guitar Rig?
Yeah.
So, and then I recorded real amps and kind of worked with Jake Checkaway, the guy who mixed and mastered this, for, you know, tips on how to position certain things to get a better sound, specifically the drums, and 2 mics on the guitar amp, which was a fun thing for me. It's a little stereo
loud.
and then 2 takes. Yeah. It ended up sounding a little bit thicker, which I liked, but we've learned a lot over tracking this, because that's just kind of how it goes with audio stuff. Is like every week you're like, well, how have I been doing this without knowing that the whole time?
Yeah, it's a lot of hands-on growth.
Yes.
For Marie Finch, how do you kind of compartmentalize like the songwriting that is gonna now, especially like that the band is like really a lot has been solid for a while and is putting out like actual music? How is and will the songwriting kind of change, and how has it been different from how you might approach stuff in Early Eyes, which is obviously like very sonically different, much more just like kind of like sweet and pretty, and then this is just like kind of emo punk influenced stuff.
Really?
How has that kind of been different, just as someone who's straddling kind of like the 2 camps and is like the lead songwriter, I guess, but the other 2 aren't also here. So
well, I would say Early Eyes is like equal parts everyone.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if you've ever been to a live show, but like we have our loud moments. I'm not gonna say they're like emo,
right?
But like,
you've had
it's in there at points.
Yeah.
Parts that get the crowd, you know, moving.
Get some slam dancing.
So I think it's just an aspect that is super magnified when once we're in this smaller group and we're like, let's go for it.
Yeah.
They're just different intentions behind the 2. I'm not necessarily looking for someone to lay down in their bed and listen to Marie Finch and like go to sleep, you know. it's like, but like you can do that with an Early Eyes album.
Yeah,
like, it's fine. It's just different intentions, so different. It's It's different.
Different moods for different dudes. But also, as an outsider, listening to some of the Marie Finch stuff, like you can hear little moments that sound like, if the distortion was off.
Totally.
It's a little early icy, which I like too. It's like a fun, like alter, like ego type of thing. I love it.
Yeah, and me and Jake Berglove have been writing the next record for Early Eyes, and I will say I'm not sure what the lifespan for Marie Finch is, but the two are pretty much merging.
Yeah.
In terms of sound, so.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, maybe this is changing in the light of Marie Finch not really continuing as like the two sounds kind of become one. Has the stuff have you been working on any new stuff that's like been a little bit more collaborative with Des and John, or is it still kind of you're creating the songs on your own and kind of fleshing them out, and then, or I guess structuring them out, and then coming in and it's a little less collaborative where John and Des still add a lot, but it's still like your song instead of, I guess, kind of a band, very much more collaborative where it's like all three of you inputting. Has that been kind of different for the newer songs versus the stuff that is on this EP on Faceplant?
The newer songs, I've pretty much just been working on independently.
Okay.
For Marie Finch, it's like I'm trying to do what I tried to do before. I'm making like a solo record pretty much, but I'm taking a lot of what Marie Finch gave me, and it's remains to be seen if it will be under Marie Finch or not. But anytime I am like, I want a blast beat right now,
Yeah.
Gotta scratch that itch.
Text John. He's right upstairs.
Yeah.
So it's still collaborative, and I can't really play the bass. So it is very much they're adding their contributions.
Mm-hmm. Now to switch to Fox Theory, with like you kind of been dropping just like the 3 singles throughout the year. Were those all like potential suitors for the EP that like would have kind of made like a 6-song thing, or like even like a 7-song thing with like the interlude, or were those all things that you kind of wrote and recorded and wanted to put out as a standalone single to kind of chart the growth from the old sound on River Kids to where you're sitting more now?
I saw you just bought River Kids the other day. I'd like to thank you for that.
Yeah,
I forgot it was still.
I lost the
I forgot
files.
It was still on Bandcamp.
I lost the files that you sent me, and I was trying to listen to it for prep, and I was like, it was like $3.
Major 7, major 7, major 7, major 7. No, see, that's the thing. Like, I don't hate River Kids, like, because it's not what I would ever listen to or want anyone else to listen to. But but it's like you need that to start to know where you want to go, type of thing. Because there was little moments in there that I took and made better, and that's like started on New Beginning, hence the name of the song, and the loss of a member. Ooh, no, he's not dead, by the way. But switching to a trio. Yeah, I would say Serenity is the only one that we were going to put out on either the split or in a project, but we wanted to put it out in the summer because it's a summery song, and we didn't know when the split would be coming out. So we finished up Serenity early instead, and then put that out as a single to buy us some more time to get the EP done.
Yeah.
So the only song that was recorded on this EP after Serenity was that interlude. So everything else was semi-tracked or completely done, because usually we go guitar, bass, drums, vocals, which is, I guess some people think that's a strange order, but it's usually like an availability thing as well. So yeah, that's pretty much how that happened. No, there wasn't any, like, Mallory was just kind of like a fun, quick idea we had, and just send it over. And Jake Checkaway, who mixes our stuff, is super flexible, so I can just send him a song and he'll have it done in like 4 days.
Tight.
So when he was mixing the EP, he was like, "I'm so sorry this is taking so long." And it was like 4 days. I'm like, dude, take your time. Love that man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
It feels like splits are kind of increasingly rare, at least in Minneapolis bands. Like the only other recent examples I can like think of is like the Nice Gully Boys single from like last year or like whenever that was.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that like are you kind of hoping maybe unconsciously that more people will do splits, or like kind of what I guess what drew you to the means of, I don't really know what to call it, like the format? Was it more a convenience thing, or just kind of like, we think splits are cool, let's do it, let's like put this on as a split?
Yeah, I didn't want the Marie Finch songs to not be heard, because at the point we were at, it was going to take us a few more months to finish up this Fox thing, and then you said you didn't want to maybe release them maybe later, I don't know, and I was like, well, we could just have them mixed and see what happens. And
you know how it is, like
yeah.
You work on something for a long time and you're like, I'm already past this.
Yes,
you know?
exactly. But what drew me was how sonically close we sound on this split, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think we sound like we're in the same genre. I don't like splits when they're like super opposite, personally.
Yeah.
But I was definitely inspired by Grandma's split within Lou as well. I like that. And that's, I've seen, obviously there's the way bigger emo bands that do splits and all that, but I like when they're very close, like the Marietta Modern Baseball one is good. Stuff like that where very sonically close and everything is in the same vein kind of on this EP, which makes it work.
Yeah, there's kind of like a sentimental value to it too.
Right.
Like Jack was like my entry point into the scene pretty much, so it felt really natural and just like the thing I should do.
And we played all of our first shows together as well. Like the first three.
I think I didn't even play a show without you, I don't think.
Yeah. Because for a second there, Fox Theory and Lapdogs were joined up, and then you joined. So we did like 3 Marie Finch Lapdog shows.
Yeah.
No, I remember you saying like, oh, I'm so glad you're starting a band. Like, I need someone to play with other than Lapdog.
Yeah, I love them to death. But that used to happen a lot when there were shows. Like every weekend, it would be the same kind of lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And although it was super fun and the Lapdogs people are my friends, it was like I feel like some people want to come see different bands. That's when we started kind of branching out.
Yeah. And then everything kind of shut down.
And everything stopped. Yeah. We had our best shows planned for April.
Oh.
And it just about happened. We were gonna do it. Yeah, we had one at Como Backdoor with Marie Finch on April 10th.
One of many. I wish that happened.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Not to mention Early Eyes tour got canceled as well.
Whatever.
As kind of like the creative forces behind each half of the EP, kind of like the main songwriters, what moments on the EP are you most proud of, either like for yourself or even for the other band? What are your favorite moments on the EP, like that you're most proud of as a songwriter and performer?
Sure. I think there's a bridge in the, well, it's not a bridge, it's the entire middle of the song. Like, pause. There is a vocal chord that happens at the end of the bridge that was like completely improvised. And I'm not a singer really, like I kind of learned how to sing for this. I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
I think it turned out really nice. As for Fox Theory, I mean,
Maybe cry.
this is like they totally came into themselves like for this, like complete shift from the first project.
Thank God.
And it's always fun to listen to your friends' music
It is.
because you hear them in it. It's like it's what it's all about. You gotta support each other.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's well said.
As for me, I already knew Joe was an insane guitar player, so that was nothing new. But like, that's my style that I like to listen to, is the type of riffs that Joe brought on this. Specifically, the Rally Caps is the song we used in the little thing we put on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that riff's crazy. like it's so good. So it's just super catchy to me. And then like John on Fashionable when the kick comes in at the end there, and then there's that like tempo change with the twangles. And then pause was super fun because it was very collaborative, not just with us, but I mean, I think we had upwards of 12 people come through the house. Like either someone would be over watching a UFC fight at my house who I like barely knew, and I'd be like, hey, you want to come go oh for the end? And they'd be like, yeah, and everyone come shout air real quick. Like it was super fun to like have everyone in there, my roommates on it. And for the Fox Theory stuff, I do agree with Joe, and Harrison Nathaniel and Fox Theory also kind of said the same thing, is we've kind of found where we want to go sonically and are able to actually pull it off now, which was the difference before. Even on something like New Beginning, I would probably have gone back and made that a little bit heavier now, even though it works still. It's, you know, a little too happy still for me. And yeah, I would say that. I really like some of the progressions, and Harris has this drum fill on the middle of that song Team Captain, where Harris...
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Harris is a crazy drummer. Nathaniel has some insane bass parts as well. I like that he uses the 5 strings so we can kind of switch it up at a part that stays the same and go lower. Yeah, I would say that. I like that I have bandmates that are willing to like go outside of the genre norms with me to do a weird counterparts style breakdown, because I'm just like, this would be fun, let's do it, and they're like, okay.
Yeah, I still think it's just funny to me that like 2 weeks after the original Fox Theory interview came out, you took like River Kids off like Spotify and completely changed your sound. It was like
I didn't do that. That doesn't sound like me, Wes. Some hacker took it down, dude.
Yeah, it was the government actually.
I've had a lot of people hit me up about the song Bicycle, which is actually the only song that I sort of enjoyed on that project. And I'm like, if you guys want to hear that, you know, you're gonna have to go find it. It's still on YouTube and Bandcamp for anyone that really needs to hear that song. But yeah, we decided. What happened actually was, this is funny, and I do this type of thing a lot. I just took it down, and then Harris and Nathaniel were like, "Hey, where's the EP?" And I'm like, "What? It's not up." And they're like, "It doesn't matter." And I'm like, "All right, good. You guys are cool with it." So yeah, I don't know. We were just really eager to put something out back then. We were playing shows nonstop, so people knew at least the songs. But we've since learned that it's better to have nothing in that case. It doesn't feel like that when you start the band, though. You want to get it all done as fast as possible.
Right.
And I was new to like band music, first time being in a band, so I just wanted to rush everything like I did my solo stuff, and neglected other people have schedules and ideas as well.
I mean, you kind of filled the gap with becoming TikTok famous, so that's your real claim to fame.
Wes, you're gonna bring this up on air?
I'm not gonna say what it is.
No, I'm just kidding.
If the people know, they know.
Just look up. True. No, Joe. No, can't expose.
Well, Jack Daly.
Well, also Joe makes really good beats. They're also anime famous.
I mean, you're not wrong. Although, you know,
what's with DIY people and having like an EDM alter ego?
It's just what you do. When you're a teenager and you have no friends,
and you torrent Fruity Loops,
Fruity Loops, it's what you do.
That's true. What's up, guys? Today I'm going to teach you how to sidechain your kicks.
And now all my old friends are hyperpop stars, and I'm working for the post office.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all of my more serious questions, but as Jack can attest, I love ending any interview with just what local songs, bands, new or old, have you already got the phone out? Have you been kind of getting into lately and listening to, just kind of shouting out local friends, bands that you love and have kind of been vibing with lately?
You're not going to get me this time, Wes. I came prepared.
You are the rare repeat musician on the podcast. Yeah. I think there's under 10 at this point.
Oh, okay. I'm going to let Joe go first.
Sure. Well, there's a new upcoming Kate Malinaffy project.
Yes.
that I have been consistently listening to.
You have it?
I'm playing on it.
Okay, that's fair then.
I didn't steal it.
I've been trying to steal it, so.
It's absolutely fantastic. They're so incredible. Let's see.
It's always so hard in the moment. This is how Wes got me last time.
Oh,
we take a Spotify pause.
Loons, Prath Loons, new project coming up.
Finally,
Lightbulb by Loons.
That's awesome.
Holy cow, what a song.
Yeah, we've been waiting for that. For some new Prath Loons.
Yeah, I think John and Colin just got back from... they were in Chicago for a couple of days doing that, so...
Well, consider me excited. So, Jack, your turn.
Okay, first of all, the new Pierre. Get out of here.
Surprise drop.
You know?
Incredible.
Like, get out of here. I've been listening to that nonstop. It's the perfect length. Everything's perfect. There's nothing I would change. Like, I wanna be on MTV. I'm gonna listen to that in the car on the way back. Let's see, what else? I didn't want to miss anybody. Dad Bod, that live session they just did like blew me away.
Mm-hmm.
The Rot one,
yeah,
it was so cool. I really like the Bugsy stuff too. Specifically, obviously the older song, the Moody Knows Best. But the newest music video with like the green screen was super cute, and I love that. I've been listening to a lot of Grandma again too, throwing it back, and some Heart to Gold in there, and sprinkle that with some. Damn it!
I need some new Heart to Gold.
I know.
They've been teasing it for like months now. Like both the Grandma and Heart to Gold have been like, we're working on new stuff. Don't worry. And we never get it. We don't listen to it. Come on.
I suppose this would be easier. I was looking at Spotify, but I'm in the wrong playlist here. If I switch right over to the Fox Theory thing, I'm really excited for the Kate stuff as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you've been on that. Alex Norman's been on that, I think. And
yeah.
Now like Kate's adding horns, I think, too.
I can't express how excited I am.
Yeah.
This is weird too right now, but the new Early Eyes is pretty good.
Who?
Thank you.
I'm lucky enough to have some of that shared to my ears, but I haven't heard some of the newer stuff.
Yes.
So I'm excited for that as well, but mainly that. Pierre is the thing I've been nonstop, like driving everyone who rides in my car insane with.
It's always good when someone does that and just kind of drives the point home, exposes it to everybody. Yeah, well, that kind of wraps up what I wanted to talk about. The EP is out on 10/25. That's October 25th, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Available wherever retailers, whatever retailers are stocking the CDs. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much, Jack and Joe, for taking a little bit of time to chat.
Thank you, Wes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
The Ear Coffee Podcast is a companion to the blog of the same name. If you like this episode, please leave us a rate and review so we can stand out among the other music podcasts. You can follow us at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram @Ear Coffee. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.